Hey guys, Bryan here, coming to you from Enchanted Forest in Oregon, just outside of Portland, about an hour south. A small little park here on the mountainside. It's a nice storybook walk and a couple of rides. Let's head in and check it out. Alright, so once past the entrance of the park, head down to the dungeon. Let's see what we can see down here. So let's set off on our storybook adventure. So a little history on the park. Park is all family owned and operated. I think there's 3 generations. What was the name of the family again? Tofty. Who owns the park, builds everything, does all the music, builds all the animatronics, everything. Park opened in the 60s. 70s. And it's built on this giant hillside. There's, you know, the first part was obviously all the storybook stuff here. Then they started building rides and attractions later on. But you can see everything here is, you know, hand-built and, you know, not something like you'd find in any other traditional amusement park. Now, fair warning, it's about 100 degrees out. So going up this hill is not my favorite thing in the world, but at least there's all these cute things to look at. Went down the rabbit hole earlier. And leads you all the way under this pathway down to the other side, out that little space over there. You can clearly see that there's a company that they take a lot of inspiration from. Fun little maze over here.
You can see all the feet over here.
Oh, I'm not careful, it'll be me falling down this hill. So now probably one of my favorite sections is Snow White. So inside here, you have the cottage. Let's head into the mine. Be a little dark in here. It's pretty dark in here, but they have some neat little vignettes of caves, luminescent. Yeah.
moving.
It's hot out. They're probably tired. Then you come across what is one of my favorite vignettes in a theme park. It's a creepy witch head. Oh no, we're about to be eaten by the witch.
Boil, bubble and stew. A sleeping potion I will brew. From an apple red and bright, I'll cause the end of Snow White.
Should we take the slide? Let's take the slide. Little slide POV for you. Woo! And just like the ride at Disneyland, they lived happily ever after.
After being thrown by a witch head.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like someone is sleeping in the cottage here. Let's see who it is.
Somebody's been in this house. Let's go up to the bedroom and see if somebody's there. Somebody's been sitting in my chair.
Oh, it's a small doll. I'd be mad too if I came and found a creepy doll in my bed. Now on to one of the zaniest. The Crooked Man's house. Is the house right side up, right ways going? What is it? It doesn't look that crooked to me. Definitely some crookedness going on here.
Is it a goblet? Or is it two people?
No one will ever know. Is it a duck or is it a rabbit?
I don't know. It's a rabbit screaming, I think.
If I were a rabbit trapped in this house, I'd be screaming too. Oh, we made it out. Back to somewhat level land.
Now the scariest part of all, back to civilization.
Little Red Riding Hood. The pumpkin people. Peter Pumpkin Eater. And the giant slide that lives in a shoe. I don't remember that fairy tale.
There was an old lady
Lived in a shoe, she got bored, so she made a slide. And that about does it for our Storybook lap here. Let's head into the western town. Check that out. So up at the top of the mountain is a little mining town here, built again by the park. A little barbecue joint here. Some barbecue in there. Overall, really cool. Alright, so just got off the log ride here. Technically a credit, and I'll show you why in a second, but cool ride. Everything here is kind of custom built, and because the park is literally on a giant hill, they have to do some pretty clever stuff to make everything work. Overall, cool ride. So one of my favorite things in the world is haunted houses, and they have a really cool one. Here, sorry about the sun back there. It's about 100 degrees out right now, but their haunted house is pretty cool. All hand built. Rather than kind of like a standard you walk through and like scares happen, there's little vignettes to look in, which are really cool. Some of them pretty cute and cheesy, but it's a good one. I enjoyed it. A lot of fun. Very different than your typical like haunted houses. So just got off of Ice Mountain Bobsleds, which is the park's, I guess you would consider it more a traditional roller coaster. Still something home built, really unique. See, it kind of goes off into the woods here. Really fun ride. The vehicles are fully enclosed. You can see them over here. You do get a little bit of airtime on here, which is fun for how small the ride is. But again, just a really unique ride in a nice themed mountain. Even inside the mountain, there's, it's not just an empty box like some mountains are. And up the left hill here. But overall, a really fun and unique ride. So they've got this fountain show going on in there. Some gift shops.
now make you a real boy.
You better get up and help Geppetto. I feel kind of different this morning. Oh, look at me. Papa, wake up. Look at me.
What is it, Pinocchio? What is the matter? Oh, Pinocchio, you're a real boy. A real boy.
Around a glass slipper, trying on Ray's feet. Would you like to film it? I always thought he was a little strange. But big and handsome. Will you hold and stop it for close so a man can get some sleep? Oh, go back to bed, old man.
Did you hear that Robert Hood put together a band called the
So over here we have Challenge of Mondor. Let's head in and check that out. So just got off of a ride that you would not expect at a small park like this, Challenge of Mondor. It is a dark ride that is trackless. Completely trackless dark ride with laser guns for you to shoot at targets. Really, really well done. Fantastic themed environments inside. Animatronics are a little hokey, but that's part of the charm. It's really just a fun ride. The targets don't do much when you hit them, which for some folks I guess is a downside to a ride like this, but just really incredible that the park basically built this by themselves. ETF, I believe, built the ride vehicles, and it looks like it's a Sally laser system, but the park did everything else here for this, and it's absolutely fantastic. Cannot recommend this ride enough. If you're in, Portland, make the drive down here. If at least for this ride alone, it's definitely worth it. So, final thoughts on Enchanted Forest. It's a really well done park. A lot of great artistic value here. You got the 2 coaster credits if that's all you're interested in. But you also have just some great theming and a great dark ride and a fun haunted house. Definitely worth the trip if you're in the Portland area. Yeah, so you can see kids are having a blast here, especially if you do have kids. It's a great place to come. And the Storybook walk is also really fun, just to go through and kind of, be a kid. One thing I'll say is they absolutely welcome, adults here and all that stuff. There isn't really anything that adults can't do that kids can do, which is kind of a unique thing in a park that's geared towards this age. Overall, though, just a really great time. Unique and fun rides, which is something I always love to see. So if you've been here before or now have a plan of coming here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on Enchanted Forest. And we'll see you in the parks.